Okay, we're moving into the homeward stretch. This is the last part of this presentation, and it's all about reflections on the Teach First route. An unexpected part of the Teach First programme is that I've really developed a strong network of other teachers across the Teach First, across the South East and South Coast region. And here are three other people whose experiences I thought you might like to hear from. So Sarah, James and Jenna, they're all part of my cohort, and they wanted to share their experiences with you.
Hey Matt, just in answering your question about why I wanted to become a Teach First ambassador, so to start with, I always knew that I wanted a career in teaching. I just didn't know how I was going to get into it, and Teach First, having weighed up all the options, seemed like the best for me. Obviously one of the main draws is the pay. The fact that you get paid to train was really important. As somebody who's not a recent graduate, I'm older, I was job changing, so obviously being financially more secure was important. The on-the-job learning really appealed to me as well. I've got previous experience as a TA, so I didn't want to go back to not being in the classroom. I really valued the fact that you were in the classroom from the get-go. I thought that was really important. The expert advice they have, the Teach First trainers, as well as the network that they have from people that have already done the course or people that create the course, was really appealing to me. And of course the ethos of Teach First was really important. The fact that they were looking at disadvantaged areas, helping those children that really needed the help the most was really important. On the negative side, I guess, especially at the initial outset, a lot of people didn't know where they were going to be placed. I was really fortunate that I have a mortgage, so I had a reason to say that I wanted to be in a particular area. Of course I didn't know where in the area, but I knew roughly where I was going to be, whereas a lot of people didn't, and did get moved quite far in some cases. So I think that is maybe a negative for people, especially if you want to stay near your friends and family, but you don't know that you're going to be able to do that if you don't have things like mortgage or children to be a reason to stay. Also, not necessarily knowing if the school that you're going to be at, it wasn't always made clear that they were going to necessarily keep you on after your training. Of course, now that we've been doing it and we realise it makes sense, once you've trained somebody you want to retain them, because you know you've put a lot of time and effort into it, but it wasn't necessarily made that clear at the beginning. Also the fact that if you were keen on staying in teaching, that wasn't something that was necessarily like a big selling point for them. They just wanted 2 years and then it didn't really matter so much after. Obviously when we joined it was a slightly different scheme, and I think now there is more of an emphasis on retaining those teachers and even bringing them back in if they've left their profession, to bring them back in. I think that's really, really positive. Yeah, so that's in a nutshell why I joined Teach First, and my thoughts and views on the programme in general. Hope that helps. Bye.
So I chose Teach First because it was a paid-for route, and it meant I could learn on the job. I didn't want to do a purely academic way of becoming a teacher, for a number of reasons, but mainly, you know, I didn't feel that it suited how I like to learn, and I've really enjoyed learning on the job as I go. I found the initial recruitment quite impressive. I found the whole process quite reassuring. It felt like they were trying to find attitudes rather than necessarily a specific, you know, skill set or qualification level, but just how you approach things. And the support in terms of getting us to Summer Institute and then moving forward in our teaching was also good. In terms of concerns I had, I was obviously very worried about where I would go. I've got a young family, so I needed to make sure that, you know, I wasn't having to be sent for miles away or having to relocate, and Teach First were quite understanding of that. I also was concerned about being a bit old. You know, I haven't done any university work for a good 15, 16 years, and I've been doing different jobs for, you know, a long time, so I was worried about being able to pick up and run with it, and again, you know, didn't find that a problem at all. There was a good network of people that I could tap into and be able to work with as well, which I found really good. I found the modules that we've done so far all have built up to quite a good point. So again, I found the academic side challenging to do, but I also found it doable. And then my other worry that I had was how I balance work life with a young family and new career. But it's been manageable. There have definitely been some crunch points, but I wouldn't say that it was impossible, and I found it a really fulfilling and good experience. I think I would recommend it to anyone really that was looking to become a teacher. I think that the training we've had and the support we've had has been brilliant, and it's helped get a network around it as well, which I think it sounds like, as I look further on, it's going to be very important to have. So I would recommend it.
Hi, I'm Jenna. I'm in my second year of Teach First. Before I started the course, I had a few worries, but my main concern was that I had far less previous experience in a school compared to other people, and whether or not that would matter. It turns out it really doesn't, and although my first time speaking in front of a room full of children was at Summit Institute, those 2 weeks that you spend practicing in a primary school is a really fantastic way to build your confidence gradually, and at the end of the school year you feel like a completely different person. I'd say the major benefit of Teach First, aside from this, is the fact that it's fully funded, and it guarantees you a space at a school during your NQT year, and that means that you don't have to apply for a new job like you would during the PGCE route. So although the course is intense in a lot of ways, it actually takes a lot of the stress out of having to look for work and interview for a place just as you're finishing your first year. So yeah, I would highly recommend the Teach First route. Good luck.
Some other reflections I wanted to share with you. The first one being that the children will absolutely not care which route you did to become a teacher or how you became a teacher. They only know me as Mr. Tragheim. They will judge me harshly, and they will want to be challenged and stretched, encouraged and engaged, interacted with every lesson. That's the thing they're looking for. They have no wish or want to know which route I went down. So I think it's really important that you, as a practitioner, as a teacher, decide which route is going to be the best for you, your family, and also kind of what you professionally want to achieve throughout your career. But that the children, who are obviously the most important thing at the end of the day, will not mind one jot which route you took. It just needs to be the right route for you and what you want to achieve. My other reflection was just an honest one, that it will be really hard, I think, as a teacher. It's really hard, the life of a teacher, and that you will feel like you failed, but that you need to learn to fail or fail to learn. I think for me, I wanted to try and be the very best teacher from day one, but the truth is that the best teacher is the best teacher at that time, and that I am on a journey myself, and that every lesson there will be things that I look back on and think, I could have done that better, or I should have done this, or there was that thing that happened that drew me away from this group and they really need my help. Every lesson, just for the children themselves, exactly like their experiences, is an opportunity to learn, and that you will feel like you failed, but that it's really important to learn from those events that happen and to really put that into your next experience and to learn from it. I think that whichever route you take, whether you're teaching in the classroom from day one by doing the Teach First route, or whether you're doing the skit route or any other sort of permutation of routes that you're looking at, you need to make sure that you, every so often, just take the time to think that you are doing amazing things every day, and that you will fail, but that's absolutely fine to fail, because underneath it all you have the ambition to be a really great teacher for those children. And my final reflection is just that Teach First has taken me to places that I just never thought. So I would never have considered WAYFIELD Primary School as somewhere to work before going through the Teach First programme. And I'm so grateful to have been given that opportunity to try something new, to challenge myself and to try to be the teacher that I ultimately want to be. It's given me some fantastic experiences with some amazing children. I've got to work alongside some really inspiring teachers. And if you decide to go down the Teach First route, I'm sure you will have the opportunity to meet similar people. And I wish you all the very best with whichever route you decide to choose. I'm sure as a teacher, you will be great, you'll be fantastic. And I look forward to maybe one day hearing about all the amazing things that you've done and that you've achieved. On this page, you can find some QR codes. I come from a school where all of the children have one-to-one iPad devices, so we are an incredibly digitally literate school. And if you're interested in finding out more or maybe visiting our school, it'd be great to hear from you. On this page, you'll find some helpful websites, so some of the Teach First YouTube videos to tell you a little bit more about the route and possible questions that other people have asked. The Teach First annual review, which is full of juicy stats if you are that person listening to this audio. The third one is the WAYFIELD Primary School Facebook page. There's lots of videos on there about what we do at our school. We have amazing technology at our school, and as I said, if you want to come and visit us, it'd be great to hear from you. You can either contact me directly by email or through my LinkedIn page, which is the final QR code. It'll be great to show you around, or even if you have any feedback at all about this video. Constantly looking to improve, so please do send any ideas or thoughts to me. It'll be great to hear from you, and do stay in touch. Best of luck.